Alright, what's going on, everyone? So today I'm going to be talking about Sentry, because if you're like me and got unlucky enough to pull a 6-star Sentry, or possibly even more unlucky and pulled him as your first 6-star, you're probably wondering what this guy can do, because, I don't know, I've only heard bad things about him even after his buff. So I'm going to talk about his abilities, talk about where he shines, where he falls flat, and spoiler alert, he falls flat almost everywhere. Only real use I've found for him is being a bruiser in a quest, which a bruiser or brawler is what I refer to as the character who I take in who does about 80% of the fights, usually avoiding boss nodes, that kind of stuff, and I just kind of use them because of their health. You can see it's 23k, which is a good amount. So yeah, that's pretty much all he is useful for. His SIG is necessary, but out of sync with the rest of his abilities. So, we're going to start with abilities. Really quick. Good health. Relatively okay attack stat, but his actual damage is low. High block efficiency, which is pretty good. Also good for a bruiser, like Cap World War II. But he's pretty much right in line with other science champions at that rank with 2300 2k. So his dupe is that his reality warps persist from fight to fight if you're above a certain health threshold. So at low sig level, at least for the 3-star, it's 80%, which is just abysmal. And I'll talk about why that is when we get to his special 3. And he also can gain indestructible at a certain chance, depending on how many reality warps he has. So his reality warps, he gets one every 40 hits, up to 5 max. Every 40 hits in a combo has to be. So you get one per each combo, but you don't have to get up. You don't have to get a 200 hit combo to get all 5 of them. You can get 40 hit, lose it, 40 hit, lose it, and you'll still continue to gain reality warps without losing them. Only way to lose them is to end the fight, and when he's duped, to end the fight below the health threshold. So his reality warps are multipliers for his state of mind, and he has 4 state of minds. So he changes every 10 hits, starting in Unyielding Fortitude, then Overpowering Light, Steadfast Approach, and Absolute Strength. And after Absolute Strength, he goes back to Unyielding Fortitude. So first one, Unyielding Fortitude, he can't lose his combo, which is pretty good since you're having that every 40 hits. Overpowering Light is he has an unblockable SP1. The damage is increased by 1316 per warp. So once you start to get the warps, you can actually get some really good damage. But unless you have all the warps, it's really bad in general. Unless he has some pretty high crits if you hit him. But second is third is Steadfast Approach. 60% chance. It's the only one that doesn't have a 100% chance, and that increases the heavy attack damage plus 100% chance to perfect block. Which is really good. It's helpful again if you're using him as a brawler or a bruiser. But the 60% chance plus the fact that to land his heavy attack, it doesn't have a lot of reach to it, so you have to get the stun with the parry. So it's not that helpful. And Absolute Strength, this is probably his best one, because his SP2 can do a pretty brutal amount of damage. In addition to the armor break you get from the SP2, and also on the SP1 you get a 20-second Fury. It's only 20-25% of your base attack, 4700 compared to 2164, so 470 compared to that. So not that great. So his SP3 is interesting because it's only when his health is below 50% that he consumes 1 reality warp to heal 10%, just over 10%. And that combined with his dupe ability, let's say he's a low sig and he needs a threshold of 80%, which is what my 3-star at 1 dupe level needs. So, like, I can say if I were to dupe him once, he'd be close to that. Even if he'd be at 70%. If I were to gain all 5 charges, use 1 on the SP3 to heal. If I was at 49%, I get up to 60, or I'd get up to 59%, and I still wouldn't hit the threshold to hold the rest of it. I would lose all 5 charges. The abilities are just so out of sync that it's just awful. And I think that's where he really hurts. He not only does he need this sig ability, but he would need it without the threshold, the health threshold to be good. Finally, his passive, all intimidating presence instead of being removed for passive fear of the void. He doesn't really have those. As you can see, it says it grants void 50% attack rating. Yeah, he doesn't have intimidating presence. I believe that is a glitch from his synergies. So his synergy, I am going to be using the other half synergy with the 3-star void to inflict fear of the void and increase his attack rating by 50% for 40 seconds. So I think that's going to be really good. He has some other pretty bland synergies. Only 3 of them as a 6-star. So that is his abilities, and now we're going to hop in his Cap Marvel. So I really think, especially as a 6-star, I think making him into a brawler is about the best thing you can do for him. His abilities are just not good enough. They're just reading through his abilities over and over again. It just annoys me that they're just so out of sync with those two. I'm sure at a high sig level, it might get down to like 40% at a high sig level, so that might be a little bit better there. But I don't know. So first thing you'll notice when you're fighting, he has some very clean animations. His SP1 to hit at 23k there, but that's only a crit, and now I have the 22nd Fury. Yeah, he's pretty abysmal on his. He's got the nice animations there. It's SP1, SP2. I'm not gonna be able to get off the SP3 here, but I will gain my second reality warp. So I think we're gonna aim for getting another SP1 in there. Let's see here. No crits at all. I don't want to get hit here. Lose my. His heavies do have some good damage once you start to get reality warps, just because it increases every attack there. I should not have used that there. It's fine. You can use it to refresh the Fury or Armor Break, even when you don't have the actual ability there. So we're up to our third. I think we're going to save it for SB3 here if I can. I might go too far past it. I don't know. You see, I did. So when it's grayed out, that means I didn't get it. I'm not going to get to the. Yeah, I just missed it. That's a shame, and I got hit there. So I did lose my combo, but I have all 3 now. We're not going to hit SB2 again. His combo numbers don't line up very well either. Like you can see, I'm hitting 7k on not there. I'm not getting the reality warp bonuses either. Oh, I might be able to hit a SB2 here. Yeah, I can hit an SB2. We'll do like a really quick combo. And a 10k no crit. But that's after, what, like I'm 100 something hits in here, and I'm finally hitting 10k with 4 reality warps. Let's do this. 2400, no crit. I'm just now finally hitting for 2400 mediums, which is about what Yondu or Cap hits normally. Can I get to another SP2 here? Yeah, I can use one here. Can I get a crit? 27,000. There you go. So that is the best he will be able to do. Maybe he'll be able to hit around 30k if I can get another one, depending on how well this will work out. You can see, despite how many block hits I'm taking, I'm only down 87%. Plus, since he is a 6-star, he has that very nice ability there. I'm just going to go really quick here. 15k, no critical. I think I might lose some health here in a second. And then try and use an SP3. I do want to show off the SP3. I can inflict that Fear of the Void, which I have not shown off at all either. I do want to show off max medium or heavy attack damage, but I'm not going to get it. So let's do this. Let's get hit. Make sure we take some controlled hits. Not getting hit too much. Not by our SP2 at all. So I need to get below 50% without... I want to bait out the SP2. He definitely does take some good advantage of her... let's use SP3 here. He definitely does take some good advantage of the 6-star gaining health back up to 30%. So I think as a 6-star, that's about as best as you're going to get. Up to 50% there. And because I gain up to 50%, I did not get. That is the dumbest thing I think I've heard. So because I got up to 50%, I didn't gain that reality warp heal. You can see we're doing plus 50% attack right now, and it is not doing much for us at all. So I'm going to have to get hit again here. 3k, 3k. 3k, 8k. That's pretty good. Let's use this. 16k. Yeah, he has a less than 20% crit rate, so it's just you're just not going to be landing hard crits with him. And you can see Fear of the Void is almost up. She's lost a total of like 10% during that whole thing there. Whole debacle. I think I'm going to get up to C3, get smacked by her again to a lot more than 40%. It's just, okay, 25%. We're only going to help like 30% here. Yeah, you can see he's very much lackluster. This is taking forever. Normal fights take forever. 30%. He only gains 1. So no matter what, he's only going to gain 10% health. His abilities are so far out of sync with what he should be able to do. And now I have to get another 40-hit combo before I get the 5th one back. Again, no criticals. He is an abysmal character, I think is the best way to put it. Even with his buffs that Kabam gave him after he came out, and he had like a 30% chance to get all these abilities. Like, imagine that. He only has a 30% chance to do all this stuff. 30% chance to be good is basically the best way to describe it. It's just awful. Despite his cool animations and all that, I think Sentry really could use just a raw attack buff. 374 hits, even with his very low hit specials. So that's Sentry. If you got him, sorry. There's not much I can say about that. You can use him as a brawler or a bruiser in a quest, and just have him tank fights. It's going to take longer than it would otherwise, but it's something. So, hope you enjoy it. I hope you didn't get a 6-star Sentry. Yeah. Have a good one.